Hey guys, Jengar here. We are in the B-10B and we dropped some bombs. Explosions! Yeah, I like it. Talking about the explosions this thing can cause, it only has two 1000 pounders as the biggest load, and I'm not too crazy about that. They drop at the same time. And compare that to many of the other planes at this battle rating. It's at 1.7 battle rating in realistic battle. Well, we're being peppered by this guy. Probably the AA will get him. Compare it to a Catalina, which can hold 4 1000s. This plane doesn't really have the firepower many bombers have. But look at the Hampton that was released in 1.65. The B-18 is also at 1.7, also has a nicer bomb load, which you can spread around on more targets. Especially the fact that these two 1000s are dropped simultaneously in RB is a problem. In AB though, they are dropping separately, so that's a little bit better, but still it is not spectacular if you look at its bomb load compared to the other planes. At its battle rating, I have to say, comparable planes are better, have often better bomb loads. This thing does look unique though. I have to say, it's one of those planes where you're like, yep. They didn't really think about efficiency yet when they designed this thing. But it's a funny looking plane, it's definitely unique, and it's a variation, right? So I always enjoy that. I'm a collector myself, as you know. And I like to have everything if I can. So let's drop a bomb on these group. Of course, if you would have 1000, if you would have had the 1000 kilo bombs dropped separately, I could have dropped on both of these groups. But now we don't, and I missed 2 in that first group, so I only get 4 extra targets there. Still nice result. 10 targets in this match with the second place, not too bad at all. This plane is quite enjoyable to fly. It has it feels nice on the control. It's a heavy plane on the turn, but on the roll rate I mean. Heavy on the roll, but the turn is alright. The elevator, you have good elevator control on this thing, so an elevator turn is made pretty nicely. So we are looking to get some howitzers on this thing. I don't want to use these 2 bombs on this base. I won't kill the base anyway. And if I would have had to use this plane to research the tree, I would go for vehicles and ground targets instead of bases, because I believe it still gets me better results, more rewards. So here we go, we drop the 2 1000s over there nicely in the sunshine here. Lovely. There's a third gunner there at the back, in the bottom of the plane. 1 on top and 1 in the front, ahead of the pilot. The plane is not too fast, especially in an up tier you have problems. You get 5 targets there, quite nice. And it doesn't hold its energy very well either, so yeah, it's a beginning bomber. What can you say? It is not maneuverable like the Hampton, but it's not as stiff as the Catalina, I would say. Somewhere in between. But like I said, both of those other planes are preferable to this one when it comes to bomb load. So is the B-18. Of course the Hampton you would have to fly the British. But I would not fly this plane ahead of many other bombers at this battle rating, 1.7. Even in the American tree alone you have the B-18 that would be preferable, and the Catalinas which would be preferable. So the person that wants to buy this is the pure lover of planes. The pure collector that wants to have all the plane, and especially the special snowflakes like this one. because this definitely is a special snowflake look wise, and you can make a nice performance in the nice colors with in the same colors with some of the buffaloes. If you would want to make a cinematic video or something, so that would be nice as well for that purpose. But for the pure effectiveness as a bomber, I would not recommend buying this premium. But for flavor, yeah, I mean, look at this thing, man, it's beauty. We get evaporated by that F1, by the way. This was a slight up tier of a match, and we got demolished there. This thing doesn't take too well to cannons. Let's jump into the arcade match. We're diving to get to these targets. Man, arcade matches at this level. I tried a few, and you really have to dive for those targets because other people are diving for these columns like maniacs. And as we shall see in these first two bomb drops, because here we can drop them separately, so I'm dropping one on the first group and another one on the group behind that. But we don't get too many targets on the first run, unfortunately, because everybody's diving like a maniac. I wasn't used to that. I wanted to keep a little bit of altitude to stay away from the enemy fighters, but not a good idea. There were other people getting there ahead of me. And say goodbye to my targets there. Bye bye. I get one AA and an assist. 2 wasted bombs, unfortunately. But we'll make this run work. This is a short run. And we're gonna try to get to the top of the table still, despite our initial failings. We're gonna get some bombs on target here. So, our third and our fourth group, let's see what we get. 3 targets on the first group. And 2 on the second. Bloody hell. We can do better than that. We're getting assists though, that is nice. Maybe I should be a little lower, that would be beneficial, hey. Yeah. It just goes against my gut feeling to be so close to the ground with all these fighters hanging around, but that's the way to go, I guess. Another 3 we add to our tally. And here we go on another little group here. There's a lot of people vying for these targets. Bombers left and right, bombers everywhere. And we get 2 more, like the 2 others were again taken away from us as we came along. We've got another group coming in here, and we're gonna try to time our reload here as we get them. 8 seconds as we go for these 5 targets here. There's 5 targets here. Let's see how many we can get with this one. So yeah, in AB it's a little bit more maneuverable. The gunners are terrible, I have to say. If you look at the defensive armament on the Catalina, for example, has 50 cals. This one only has 7.6 millimeters. 3 machine guns. They're flimsy. They don't do much damage, and they're all pointing in a separate direction. So you just have the one, and it really doesn't kill enemy planes very quickly, unless another 2 targets. That's nice. So we got 16 targets now. We're leading the pack. We're first in the list, I think, as we were second, I believe, there. So here we go. Let's see if we can get something else. Probably not. There's this guy is dropping off his bombs. Yeah, we are not getting that. Hampton is going for the other grouping there, where there is still some AA guns, and we indeed didn't get them. 7 assists and 16 kills. We're the first place in the team. We managed to get back up there. Fantastic. Let's see what the rewards were. So, nothing special on the rewards. We got almost 6,000 silver lions and 1,000 research points. 16 ground targets, which is quite nice. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now, as you heard me in during the matches, this plane is for flavor. Let's keep it at that. I mean, it is a decent plane. It flies pretty nicely. It is not too fast, but it's okay. It's not too slow either when you are in a biplane match. If you get up tiered, you're fucked. But that goes for a few other bombers as well. The problem is the bomb load for me. It only runs 1000, 500, or 6 250s. Or the top load is 2000 kilo bomb, but this is in theory is also a 2000 kilo load because they drop at the same time with one click in realistic battle. In arcade they do drop separately, but in realistic it's a little bit of a problem. If you're looking at the PBY here, which has 4 1000 pound bombs, or the B-18, which has 8 times 250, those bomb loads are nicer, you know. They are more useful. You can also have 2 1000s here and 4 times 500s, but I definitely, also with defensive gunners, this thing has the same as this one in defensive gunners. Has a better bomb load than the B-18, with only 6 250 kilo bombs, so there's the difference there. And of course the Catalinas are just plain better, so there is no reason to fly this thing if you want to fly bombers at this level, but for flavor it's wonderful. Look at this thing. Ugly duckling, but it's nice. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.